ESPN's Gary Striewski here. Recently, I got to sit down with two of the biggest gamers in the world of sport, Karl-Anthony and JuJu Smith-Schuster, along with Team Liquid CEO Steve Arhancet at the Alienware training facility. ESPN and Alienware teamed up to give you guys an inside look at how the best esports athletes become the best. We'll take you inside for a tour of the facility, then the four of us will sit down and get into the nitty-gritty about all things gaming. You guys ready? Let's do it. What's up, everybody? We've made it to Los Angeles to the Alienware training facility. Gary Striewski, Karl-Anthony, JuJu Smith-Schuster to see how things go down with Team Liquid. It's a year-round thing. They're trying to win more of these trophies. We're about to go on a tour. Only problem is we need a tour guide.
Hey,
boom.
What's up?
Perfect timing.
How's it going?
Steve Arhancet,
Yes.
Team Liquid co-CEO.
Up,
These trophies are his, and you're going to show us how your players get ready to win more.
That's exactly right. This is where we build champions across all kinds of different games. This is the conference room. This is where all the business stuff happens. In the back right there, you'll actually see our Dota team. They are holding the Aegis. We got our share of $24 million, which is pretty insane.
You want to say that one more time?
Yeah, 24.
Okay.
Yeah, there you go.
I thought I heard it.
And we also have our war rooms, and these are for private meetings when staff need to go on phone calls and stuff. So League of Legends, one of the biggest games out there. We ended up winning 3 back-to-back championships and going for our 4th this split. It's pretty awesome. Great turnaround story, you know, making it work.
Steve, I've never won a trophy. Can I hold one?
Yes, absolutely.
I just want to know how it feels.
Wow.
It feels like I thought it'd feel. Me and JuJu are feeling it.
There you go.
I appreciate that.
This is the League of Legends practice area. This is where the guys are training. This is basically the court, the field, right? So come on in. This is where the guys are practicing and training to compete to be one of the best teams in the entire world. These are our players. This is where they sit. This is the coaching staff, and this is where they kind of watch the games. And as you can see here, we have our Alienware computers that basically power the guys. This is the review room for the League of Legends team. This is where the guys are going to be watching all of the film and practice of all of their games. You guys watch film, right?
Yeah.
They are sitting here watching their own play, and they are going through every meticulous detail to try to improve their game.
Everybody knows, you know, what you do professionally as athletes, but how many people or fans do you run into who the first thing they want to talk about is some of your gameplay that they saw?
I've actually had it one time in Minnesota a lot where a guy comes up and says, "Man, I watched you play on Twitch 2 days ago. It was awesome," you know. And it was, you understand how big the platform of Twitch really is, but just to be those people who are pioneering that is pretty cool.
That's cool. All right, you guys hungry?
Yeah.
All right, so this is the TL kitchen. This is where our head chef, Manny, cooks 3 times a day, 5 days a week for all of our players. There are wholesome meals. We make sure to give the guys energy, the right appropriation, right? Not too much caffeine, good, wholesome food.
Steve, before your biggest tournament, what's your pregame meal?
Usually it's a lot of bananas. I don't know. These guys,
you
just
don't
potassium. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, this whole facility is truly bananas. I mean, the kitchen, you got the training rooms, you got the film rooms. I know these guys have more questions on where you started, where you're at now, and really the future of esports. So you want to go talk some shop?
Yeah, let's do it. Let's go.
Do it. Come on. All right, so we took things to the couch, and actually we're taking things back to 2008 because that's when you started your first esports team. 11 years later, Steve, there's not a shot you could have imagined it evolving into this today.
It's a little bit of a dream. I mean, I've always been a gamer. I grew up on video games. I was on the computer all the time. And then I started my own League of Legends team, and we were pretty good. So we ended up traveling around the world to Europe and China, Korea, and we were winning. And then we got to the World Championships. We finished 6th. And at that point, Alienware reached out and they were like, "We want to sponsor your team." All right, let's start a business.
Hear me out, guys. Yeah. Gaming. So what about you guys? When did you start gaming, and then when did it just sort of become part of your DNA?
I've been gaming my whole life. My father was into games as well. The first game I really got into was my dad coached at Piscataway Tech in New Jersey. He used to take me to the high school, and at the high school, they had an after-school program for the computer lab. What was the computer lab doing when they were not doing their work? Playing video games. We used to have 12 to 15 people playing, and since then, I've just been gaming ever since on every console I can imagine on.
I got into gaming because I didn't really go outside a lot. I was more so I didn't hang out with my friends after school. We went to school, I played football, and I came home, and all I wanted to do was game. I couldn't game during the week because of school purposes, like parents being strict. So like I would wake up at like 5 a.m. on a Friday and be like, yo, I'm gaming, because this is technically the weekend, right?
Yeah.
So I would game before school, come home and like game all day.
Gaming was the original social network. That was like kind of the first hangout spot. That was where the first place you were giving your thoughts out and everything like that was on gaming, over the mic, over the chat. The world has obviously changed so much into a social networking platform where you share everything, and games really have been kind of the hangout. You know, if it's raining outside, what's the first thing you think about doing to hang out with each other? You're playing games with each other. Yeah. And, you know, you're doing things like that. Exactly. You know, gaming was always somewhere where you always had interaction, and gaming was the closest you felt to your family and friends without actually being there. The emotion, the pure emotion, the raw emotion. You feel the connection, you know, the energy around you from that person.
It's crazy you say that, because like when you're in a team, you're in a squad, and like one dude's like pushes and like everybody else stays back, and like, what are you doing? Like you can feel the emotions and anger through the other person through the mic, and like they're pissed off, like, why'd you do that? Like, wait for us, like you know you're not good. Like you start talking so much trash, and it's crazy. But just to piggyback off your question, like you said, like it's a stigma, and that's what we get, you know, like we get as athletes, like, yo, focus on your career, like focus on gaming, but like, bro, just because we don't post us working out 24/7 doesn't mean we're not working out.
Exactly.
Yeah, I think there's like a stigma associated with gaming that we're like introverted and we're not interacting with other people, but it's all these social interactions and collaboration, and you're going to the final boss. You're trying to figure it out together, like, and you're with you and your friends, and it's just this like rich social like community.
I still can have fun on the field and off the field, you know? And these legends who grind 24/7, like those guys are considered athletes too, because
they're athletes.
It's just like any other craft. Like if you're a kid growing up watching, you know, Anthony play, like, yo, I want to watch him, let's turn him on, let's put him on. And he goes and dominates, and like you get that excitement. Like me to this day, like I watch streamers go and like, you know, perform at the highest level. And it's so crazy to me because like I'm just as big as a fan as to this guy if he was a fan to me, you know? So guys perform at highest level, that's what you get out of it.
The thing about athletes, it's not always about the stigma of jumping high and running fast and doing all that, but their reaction time, their ability to assess a situation and react and do the things according to plan and to stick to a plan. You know, what they say in boxing, it's everyone goes in with a plan until they get punched in the face. That's Tyson. You know, and things like that happen in gaming.
So we come from a time where we're listing off a bunch of consoles that are hardwired in to now evolving into something that you can literally open up 35,000 feet in the air, and if you're itching to get into a game, you can do that, and that's something that Alienware, one of your partners, has really opened up a whole new world for.
For us, like we're one of the best esports organizations in the world in terms of performance. Like we win a lot. It's hard to do, but we do it. And so I require that we use the absolute best equipment. They need to be training on the best to be the best. And that's why we, of course, use Alienwares, because it's obvious, like we're using the best equipment. And that's for both desktops and laptops and what we use.
JuJu was asking if he can just plug in his controller right now and get to it. Karl-Anthony Towns, JuJu Smith-Schuster, can we make that happen?
Winner gets a Liquid contract.
There you go.
We're playing as PC players?
Yeah.
Dog, let's ready. Can you hear me?
Yeah.
Outside in the water right here. Got him.
It's true, boy.
Bro, this Alienware is crazy, dog. Knock one.
Got him. Under. Got him.
Nice.
Got him.
When's the last time you been on Fortnite?
Sheesh. I picked it up for one game like 3 months ago.
Brother?
Ooh. Oh, we already know what this is about.
There's probably another team over here.
Got him. One.
Got him.
Got him. We gotta go.
Gotta go. I got a launch pad?
You got a launch pad?
Yeah. Say that one. I gotta leave. I'm dead.
You dead?
I'm dead.
Oh my God. One more?
They're supposed to be 1v1, but I think they're running duos.
I think they're going to be here for a little while. You hungry?
Yeah, we should probably leave, huh?
Yeah, we should.
Okay. Well, for Kat, JuJu,
Get out of the lobby.
and Steve, co-CEO of Team Liquid Alienware, thanks so much for hosting us.
On top of me?
And I guess we'll see you next time. Peace.